Alright, so thank you for joining us for another CITY65 Music Studio Sessions, and today we have with us...
Instigator Afrobeat Orchestra.
Alright, okay, can you introduce yourselves?
I'm Firman, aka Ramshot.
And I'm Aaron.
Aaron, aka Aaron.
AKA Aaron.
Alright.
That's it.
Okay, so just to get to know you guys a little bit better, like what is the last song you heard on your phone? Or like what's the last song you've been listening to?
I've been listening to a lot of anti-balas, like Gold Rush especially. Like it's this American Afrobeat band from New York, which is like one of the seminal bands from the Afrobeat scene. Yeah, what about you, Aaron?
Nice.
The last song that I listened to, I think maybe "Where's My Mind" by the Pixies. I think.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to think of like maybe this morning or last night. I think that was the last one that I can think of.
Nice. Alright, so how did you guys meet? Like there are a total of 9 of you, right? Total
Yeah.
9, but there's 2
Yeah.
of you. So how did all of you guys meet?
Well, I met Aaron because I run like a reggae sound system events, and like I do like events for the past since 2010. So Aaron came with one of his bands, and then I kind of like, right, like I wanted to start an Afrobeat project. So when Aaron came, so I asked Aaron, hey, do you want to come and play an Afrobeat band? Let's try to do something. Let's try to play Afrobeat or funk,
Yeah.
Afrofunk. Because we don't have an Afrobeat band in Singapore. I mean, we are like the only Afrobeat band in Southeast Asia apart from Japan. There's like 2 or 3 Afrobeat band,
Oh wow.
and we are kind of like a global Afrobeat movement. So and then progressively we just found people along the way who wanted to play the music, and people come in and out, and we just find more people to come and join the band, basically, who's interested to play with us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right. Can you tell us a bit more about Afrobeat, because it's not a very common genre, right? Like you said, not many Afrobeat bands out there. Like for those of us who don't know much about Afrobeat, can you describe the genre and why you guys chose this genre?
Well, Afrobeat came out from Nigeria. Like, it was founded by this guy called Fela Kuti. Basically, when it first came out, it's a mixture of like jazz, high life, and African rhythms. So and it came out in Nigeria in the 70s as part of like it's a political movement what Afrobeat is, and then over the years it kind of like gained momentum. Like there were bands coming up from America, all around the world. So and we are part of the Afrobeat movement, basically, and a lot of our music that we put out is in that kind of style, but also influenced by our surroundings. So us being a Southeast Asian Afrobeat band,
Mm-hmm.
so we have elements that comes up from Southeast Asia. Do you wanna?
Yeah, and I mean, of course, as this goes with every band, you bring in the influences of the different members that are there. I think a lot of us grew up with a lot of sort of Caribbean influences, reggae, ska,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of stuff, which already has some background in sort of Afro, Caribbean, Cuban kind of
Right, right.
music. So it wasn't that big of a leap for a lot of us to go from playing stuff like reggae or ska to Afrobeat.
I see.
So we bring in a lot of those influences as well, and even in the gigs that we play, we'll usually play a few reggae or ska songs as well, because also, I mean, as much as we love playing Afrobeat and its dance music, it is less familiar, like you mentioned, to a lot of people who might be coming, and so playing some of the songs that they already know, I think also helps to sort of get people more involved, and then they can sort of open their minds to some of the new stuff that we play as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, it sounds great. So how do you guys want people to feel when they listen to your music, or audiences when they come down to watch you play? How do you feel like you want to make people feel?
I mean, for us, generally, when we play, we want people to get up and dance and enjoy the music. I mean, that's primarily what we do is Afrobeat or ska, reggae, the stuff that we play is it's for dancing. So generally, a lot of the times during our gigs performances, you know, it becomes like a huge dance floor in front. People just get up and have a good time. Yeah.
Wow, great. Yeah, like Afrobeat is mainly a genre for dance, right? Like people would just get up and groove to the music and stuff like that.
And it's really great. And again, this is true for any musician or any band, but when you've got the audience dancing, when they're involved, I mean, that changes everything. Because as much as we love just performing, and like we can have a good time just practicing in the studio,
Exactly.
but when you get them dancing and people are, you know, really enjoying it and they're vibing with it, then that gives you that energy. You know, it comes from the audience to you, and then you put it back out to them, becomes cyclical. And that's just such a cool sort of call and response effect that you get, even without having to do anything explicit.
For sure, yeah. That's like the best part about playing in a band, right?
Yeah.
Great. Like so, like let's talk about music. So growing up, or like right now, who is your biggest music influence? Like let's just go one by one. Yeah.
For me, I would say Robert Nesta Marley, Bob Marley, as is famously known. I started listening to him when I was a kid. Maybe in, I would say 12, because my brother was like he used to bring all these reggae records back, because he was a sailor. He used to bring all these reggae records back, and I used to just like go into his room and like it was cassettes at that time. So got all the cassettes. It was like Bob Marley, Alpha Blondie, you know, like Peter Tosh, UB40. So I would say like reggae music play an important role in me growing up. And also I come from a ethnic percussion background. You know, like I was given like drums when I was 5, like kompang. In Singapore you have a lot of this kompang group, so it's just part of the culture. It was just given kompang, so there was also part of my growing up.
So probably similarly to a lot of the band members that we have, child of the 90s, you know, I grew up listening to a lot of third wave ska, like Real Big Fish, Less Than Jake, Mustard Plug, Suicide Machines, that kind of stuff. And punk rock was a big part of my childhood, you know, NoFX, Rancid, Operation Ivy, all those. And I think as I grew up and got older, sort of working my way backward from that, you know, two-tone ska, Specials, Madness, all of that, and, you know, the reggae and roots reggae was coming out of Jamaica. But also, you know, I had a big indie rock streak in college, and even when I was a little younger. One of my favorite bands has always been They Might Be Giants. And I cut my teeth, I think, on Nirvana. You know, so I had that grunge element.
Oh, right.
Yeah, all over the place. Not to mention, as much as I love rock and roll, I've always been a big hip hop head as well.
Nice.
So yeah, all over the place.
Basically, most of the genres.
Yeah.
Nice. Right. So, is there any Singaporean artist that you would like to collaborate with, or like any artist you would love to collaborate with?
I mean, I would say on my part, I would say the great Ismail Harun, the late and great Ismail Harun.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's really tough. I feel like most of the bands that we would be a good fit for, we've already kind of collaborated a lot with, in the sense that, I mean, Singapore is
it's not too big.
It's a how to say it? It's kind of incestuous, you know, in the sense that so many bands of the same genres, they kind of have members that go in and out,
right.
And you have one lineup, but then the next year they decide that they want to try out a different band, and you know that is cool, and I think that's awesome that people can be so flexible when they move around. And you get to meet lots of people through that. So in one way or another, we've probably played with a lot of the different people that would be similar to our genre. You know, we play with a lot of the different reggae or ska artists. I think it'd be kind of cool to do something with the Bushmen at some point. I think that would be kind of a neat thing.
Oh, nice, yeah. Like maybe a hard rock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've played a hard rock. We opened for them one night. And I'd love to do that again, but also just a collaboration would be kind of cool. I mean...
Yeah, that would be really fun. So let us know. Let us know if you ever do a collaboration. We'd love to check it out.
We've done like collaboration with like a Donang Sayang group for one night festival because we get invited to come and play.
Right, right.
That was pretty interesting, and it's kind of like a mix of like Afrobeat and Donang Sayang basically. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
cool.
So very like percussive fusion kind of thing.
Yeah, we
putting it
play
together.
and we back them and like they sing all traditional Donang Sayang song and like it's an Afrobeat band that's backing them.
Oh, wow, that must be really
Yeah.
cool.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah, like blending genres and stuff like that.
Yeah, we had what were some of the names of the songs? They're kind of silly plays on traditional songs.
We played Rasa Sayang and like traditional like Donang Sayang pieces.
Oh, wow, but
Well-
with like the Afrobeat thing going on.
We had the name was Bole Ole Ole. You remember that? I was still kind of tickled by that.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, that must be amazing.
Yeah, it was a good experience. We always enjoy collaborating with different artists and like trying
Nice.
to blend in what we do and what they do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right, so is there any like exclusive news, like a new show aside from the CITY65 one, or like a new song you're putting out, something exclusive to you to share with our audiences?
I mean, for us at the moment, for this year, our objective is primarily to go on tour because we released towards the end of last year. We've released our EP, Singapore Vibrations.
Nice.
So that's been getting played like in the Afrobeat community in Europe and Japan.
Alongside that, we still have in our sights putting out a full-length LP.
Nice.
So we're always sort of thinking and trying to put together conceptually some of the songs. We've been working on this song in 6/8 time forever. That we want. One of the things that's been kind of cool about Instigator is that for a lot of the different musicians that we have in the band, it's kind of pushed us to excel a little bit more.
Right.
That's not to say that other bands that we've played in haven't been challenging, but I feel like it's pushed us a little bit more and a little bit further than we'd been taking our musicianship before.
Right.
And so sometimes we're like, oh, well, let's do something that's still a little bit more challenging. Let's write a song in 6/8 instead of the
Yeah.
usual 4 on the floor kind of thing.
Nice.
So we've been trying to put something like that together, and we're playing around with some other ideas. And we'll do
Sweet.
some more recording before too long.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to that for sure. Like, so for those of us who want to check out your music online, like, where can they find you? On Spotify or like CD somewhere?
Yeah, you can go to Bandcamp. We're on Bandcamp. Yeah, you can go on to our Facebook page, Instigator Afrobeat Orchestra. You can go on Bandcamp, or you can come to one of our shows and get like a CD from us. Because
Nice,
we're always
nice.
playing local shows.
Amazing,
So we try to play once every other month or once a month.
yeah. Nice.
So
nice,
it'd be
nice.
good to see new faces and come and like enjoy the Afrobeat.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Music,
Let us know.
yeah.
Like, if you ever have an event, let us know, and like we'll give you a shout out or something
for
like
sure,
that.
for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and like you're gonna jam for us, right? You're gonna
Yeah,
play a
thank
song
you
for
for
us.
having us. Thank you
No,
for
for
having us.
sure.
Hosting us and
No, man, thank you,
Bring
thank
our
you for coming down,
instruments.
and we're looking forward to the free jam you're gonna do
there's
for
only
us.
2 of us here, so we're just gonna do like a short jam session, demo session. So hopefully we see you at the festival. We got the whole crew down.
For sure,
you
yeah.
guys
So it's
dancing.
a 8 piece.
Yeah, but we're gonna try to bring like a 7-8 piece down. Yeah.
All right, so don't forget to purchase tickets for the CITY65 Music Festival happening
see
on the
that.
31st of March this month, coming soon. So don't forget to purchase your tickets soon. And right now, we have a free jam.
Thank you.